Hi sewing friends! So I'm really excited today because I get to talk to you guys all about choosing your fabric or your sewing pattern first. So I think it's best to start off this topic here by saying I'm in both camps on this purely because you never know when inspiration is going to strike when you're wanting to do some sewing. I have quite a extensive fabric stash that once started as a shoebox. I remember the first fabric I ever bought. So my fabric stash has grown, and one thing that I allow myself to buy, however much it is Liberty fabric, because I fucking love Liberty fabric, right? It is the most gorgeous fabric ever, hands down. You can't change my mind about that. Like, I'm gonna have to do a separate YouTube video all about Liberty fabric, but for now, my thing is, if I see the fabric and I like it, I buy it then and there, compared to sewing patterns. So when I have an idea for a sewing pattern, because I can draft my own sewing patterns myself. So I've got a sketchbook full of all these ideas, but I need to get the fabric right for it. So like, for example, I've got this gorgeous flowy dress. Actually, I'm gonna get the book. Yeah, I'm gonna get the book. Hold up. It's a good thing my place is nice and tidy because I have it right here. So this is my sketchbook full of all my ideas for potential like outfits and patterns and everything. Some of them I've made up already, but like, for example, this one here, it's a windbreaker, right? That one. And so you need a very specific fabric for that. So that's where having a pattern, then choosing the fabric is good, compared to seeing a fabric, liking it, and then not having a pattern to match it to, right? It's kind of like yin and yang. You need both, really you do. So this book is just full of all these ideas, right? And I find it really easy to just sketch these down as soon as I have an idea. And so I'm going to show you guys one in particular. This is quite sweet. I really want to make myself a raincoat, right? This, I have the fabric for. I was working on the pattern, and I remember the pattern I was working on it for about like 6 weeks, and I just needed a break. That was 4 years ago. I'm still on that break. I do need to get back into that because the fabric for it is this color, this chartreuse. So I need to do that. I will keep you updated. Now you need to keep me accountable. This one, right? I made this for my 25th birthday. It's a gorgeous dress. I absolutely love it. It's a square neckline, big puffy sleeves, lots of ruffles out of a really thick gingham that's like a cream and a marigold yellow. Beautiful. So I think this just goes to show that you need to sometimes choose the pattern first, compared to when inspiration strikes when you just see a piece of fabric. So for that, I have behind me 3 of my most beautiful fabrics that I have found. Two of the 3, I know exactly what I'm going to make, but I just need the mental space to do it and to think about it and to work on it, and also the time. So if you find any, let me know because I'm gonna need some of that. So, and I'll tell you the stories about these. These are really fun. So this first one, can we please talk about it? This is, okay. I like to call this my Gucci fabric. It's not Gucci, but it is amazing. it's a panel. I think there's 4 panels in here. So I got about 4.4 meters of this at 110 wide. It's a silk. And I really want to make a jumpsuit. However, I need to make the pattern for the jumpsuit. And I know for a fact that this is not going to wear well as a jumpsuit. So it doesn't hold a crease, which is something I am very aware of, and it would be so beautiful for summer. Can you just imagine that? Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm so looking forward to this when I have the time to do it. And I have a sketch on my noteboard over there of what I would like to make out of this, but see that's the break line there. If you've never worked with a panel before, the way that a panel is done is obviously it's broken up into panels, think of it as like a piece of wallpaper. There's breaks in it where the pattern repeats. So I need to take that into consideration when I'm working on my sewing pattern, that it all fits in how this is broken up into panels. And that's the thing. When you see a beautiful fabric, and let's say you buy 3 meters. I normally go 3 meters because 3 meters is enough to do like a pair of pants and a top, or a dress and a little singlet-y kind of strap top. So you can work with a lot with 3 meters. If you're only wanting to do one thing, I normally go 1.5. But if you buy a fabric that you love, such as this, and I bought 4 panels because that was all that was left on the roll. I bought 4 panels, but if I was to make something up and it requires 4.5 panels or 5 panels, I'm kind of fucked because I've only got what I've got. So that is a point for getting your sewing pattern sorted first, because then you don't have to worry about not having enough fabric because you already know exactly how much you need, and you won't overbuy or underbuy. And the one thing I am guilty of is overbuying fabric, and that's why my stash is so big. So, but you know what? I'm going to use it. And that's the great thing. I always say to people, I worked in a fabric shop for 3 years, and the thing I would always say to people, fabric does not expire. You can use fabric. You can always use fabric. Like I said in some of my scrap buster episodes, like I use up my scraps, like it gets used. So don't ever feel guilty about buying fabric. I should have worked on commission. So that's my Gucci fabric, and it will one day get made into something. Now for the next. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm sure I'll think it again and then think that fabric is a good idea. So this is it. I like it, but what am I gonna make? I'm laughing and coughing at the same time. It's just not gonna work. So this fabric, right? This fabric here, it's a knit, so it's a stretchy, right? I originally bought it because I saw an interview of Kim Kardashian wearing like this gathered ruched bodycon dress, and I was like, I must have it. I need to feel what she felt in that moment, and the dress will get me there. So I bought this. I think it's about 2 meters, which is enough to do a bodycon dress. But one thing I've realized is that I don't wear bodycon dresses. So me making one out of this beautiful fabric doesn't mean it's going to get worn. So what do I do now? Then my thought was to make some swimwear. Problem is, I probably wear swimwear like once every 2 years. So something as beautiful as this, I was thinking a turtleneck, right? Don't think I've not thought turtleneck, because I have, right? The problem with this being a turtleneck is that it is a little, yeah, you can see my arm through it there. It is see-through, and if that's you, go for it, but that ain't me, so I won't. So, but at least it's on brand colors. We've got the chartreuse in there. We're good. So, thank you. Any suggestions are very much welcome for this one. Because also with the gathering, it gives me a bit of a tummy. Truth. And I don't like that. So I wouldn't wear it. Now, this last one. So this is what I mean by, you know, sorting out your meterage before you go fabric shopping is a good idea. Because, okay, I found this piece of fabric. How gorgeous is that? It is sparkly, it is gathered, and it is blue. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Look, it's so shiny. I really love it. It's gorgeous. And the lettuce hem on it. So, I've only got 0.7 here. And I think it's about 140 wide, right? I was thinking a little like skirt or something. Problem is, I don't wear skirts. Then I was thinking, okay, I can do something kind of like a floaty long sleeve. Problem is that I don't wear that kind of stuff because it gets caught. You know when you have a really wide sleeve and it like dangles down and then like gets caught on everything. Every time you go to the bathroom, you have to like hike your sleeves all the way up under your armpits and wash your hands like that. Like, no, I'm not doing that. So I need one day I will find something to do with this. And I was thinking about doing like something where it's kind of a bit patchwork because I've got some merino that was left over from a previous sewing project that I could make something with this, but I don't know what. So I'm sure something will come to me. I've never seen, also this is the thing, I've never seen something like this. Like, you know how there's seersucker? This is kind of like that, but you can see those like little waves on it. So it's been, it has been in my fabric stash for 5 years now. And one day I'll make something out of it. And it will be, see, that's the thing. You can have a fabric in your fabric stash, not use it for like half a decade, and then as soon as the right project hits, you know exactly what to make, right? Now, I've got one of the first fabrics I ever bought, the first fabric I ever cried over, and my first ever Liberty fabric were all one, so it was a bit of an emotional roller coaster. So that's why I always buy Liberty fabric when I see it, because on this occasion they'd sold out and I cried. I was driving home and I cried. And so I eventually did get it, but since that day, I've always said to myself, if you like it, get it. Because you're never there is a very high chance you'll never see that fabric again. And if you love it, you get it now. And I'm not like that with other stuff, but with fabric I am, because I know how precious it is and I know what I like and I know what I don't like. And when I like something, it is very rare indeed. So I get what I want straight away. I wish that was the motto for my life. I get what I want straight away. Isn't that just manifestation? I don't know. But I'm going to leave it there with you guys. And like, just from talking about this, I want to tell you all about my upcoming sewing projects, but I'll keep that for another video. So I tried up this new setup today. Instead of sitting on my couch behind me, I'm on a little chair here so I can swivel. Woo. So we're making changes because I started ugly, that's why. So we're getting better. We're living la vida loca, and we live, laugh, love, and learn to sew. Okay, bye guys. See you soon.